Welcome back to another Subnautica episode, and right now I'm doing some crafting so that I can upgrade my habitat this episode. And I know last episode that I said I would go to the Aurora this episode, but I don't think I am. Because in all honesty, I just don't really feel like going to the Aurora. I heard that there's Leviathans over there, and I don't know if I'm ready for that quite yet. I probably am, but I guess I'm just too scared to. So, yes, this episode, I think I'm mostly going to be upgrading my habitat. I think my first upgrade this episode is going to be the modification station. It kind of has a catchy name to it. And I think it also is pretty much an advanced fabricator. I think I can craft advanced things with it. So I'm probably am gonna need it for some later stuff. And a modification station requires a computer chip, which requires table coral, and I always hate getting table coral. Table coral acquired, and it is now time to craft, or not craft I guess, but build the modification station. I think that the best place to build the modification station right now is in the moon pool, because I think that this is the only place where I can build it. Maybe I can build it in the hallway, but this is not really getting in the way right here. And I think that vehicle upgrades can also be crafted while the modification station is inside of a moon pool. So that's going to be extra helpful. The first thing that I can craft with the modification station is a thermoblade, which I'm guessing is a knife that does more damage than a regular knife. The weird thing is though, I can craft the thermoblade with a battery that has a 0% charge, which does not make very much sense. But I'm guessing it would be hard to program it so that it requires a battery with a 100% charge. The second thing that I can craft with the modification station is an ultra high O2 tank. I didn't even know that there was a tier 3 of O2 tanks, but I guess there is. And this thing, I have a feeling, is going to be super useful, because now my oxygen is over 200. So that means I can stay over 200 seconds in water, and that's over 3 minutes. So that's really good. The third thing that I can craft with the modification station is ultra glide fins, and I have a feeling, judging by the name of these, that they are going to considerably speed up my swimming speed. Now that I look at the description of the thermoblade, I think instead of dealing more damage, it instead cooks the meat of the animals I kill it with, so that I don't have to use a fabricator in order to cook the food. So that is going to be helpful, especially for long trips where I don't have a fabricator. But speaking of food, I should start farms here soon, because it would be nice not to hunt to get all of my food. Right now I am going out to the floating islands so that I can harvest the crops there and grow the food back at my habitat, because I think that growing food is going to be really beneficial, as I said. now I'm at the floating islands, and I just need to find the abandoned Degassi base that contains the crops that I want. I don't think I have seen this cave before. Okay, this is interesting. Wait, oh, it's an alien place. I had no idea that there was an alien place here. Yeah, this is interesting. I don't know what the purpose of this is, but there's some kind of alien thing here. Yeah, very, very interesting. Okay, so now the question is, how do I get out of here? I think this is the way out. I'm not sure. It looks promising. I think the coordinates for the rendezvous point lead right to this PDA. Data downloads, rendezvous, voice log. I finally found the Degassi habitat, and I think the farm is right here. Yes, pick up marble melon. Okay, I'm just scanning it. And then pick up Chinese potato. I'm just scanning it. And then, yeah, I'll grab a Chinese potato. I'll grab some marble melons. I'll grab all the marble melons. Lantern fruit. I'm pretty sure that I can grow lantern fruit. It would make sense. Yeah, I might as well grab it while I'm here.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Since I'm here, I should go and explore the area under the floating island. It might be the sparse reef, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, the floating island's pretty big. What's that thing? What are those things? Anchor pod. Huh, okay. It looks pretty cool. This area is definitely not the sparse reef. It looks really interesting. What is that thing? A membrane tree. This looks like a very interesting plant.
This may be the migration path of a huge, bottom-dwelling life form.
What is this thing? It might be dangerous, but I don't know. A sea treader. Oh, that's the big bottom-dwelling life form that the PDA talked about that lives within this biome, I guess. Yeah, these things are big. Dang. Okay. They're also cool. Yeah, this area is cool. I don't think that I can stay here for too long because my crops are gonna start rotting pretty soon, and I might not be able to plant them if they are rotten. so I should get back to base and start a farm. I think that I only have the blueprints for an exterior grow bed, and I think the grow beds are the farms, and I think I need an interior grow bed in order to grow the marble melons and the Chinese potatoes and the lantern fruit. So I don't know if I can build a farm quite yet. I can build an outdoor farm which grows marine plants, but I don't think that I can grow an indoor farm. Dang it. I have no idea where to find the blueprints for an interior grow bed, so I might just give up on farming for now. I'll probably return, but I still have other habitat upgrades to do this episode. I want to upgrade my habitat by adding 2 more rooms onto it. I'm pretty sure that I want to add a multi-purpose room and a scanner room, because I think that they are going to be useful. So right now I'm getting prepared for the expansion of the habitat.
Separate work and leisure spaces to maximize productivity. Treat this space as your home, but never forget that it is not.
I have constructed the multi-purpose room, and I think that I can build a water filtration machine within the room, because in the Degassi base there was the water filtration machine inside of a multi-purpose room. Getting purified water isn't terrible, but it is also not particularly fun. So it would be nice to have a pretty much endless source of water from the water filtration machine. At least I'm assuming that is what the water filtration machine does, because that's what the name implies. I think that I can also build a reinforcement within the multi-purpose room, and I think that the reinforcement increases whole strength of the habitat so that my habitat withstands more, I guess. I'm not sure how whole strength really works yet. Dang, even though the moon pool is in the way, this window has a pretty cool view of the grassy plateaus and part of the safe shallows. With the aerogel that I got from the sparse reef, I am now able to craft a water filtration machine, and I have no idea how to use this. Wait, it's doing something. It's filling up water. There's salt and there's large filtered water. That's cool. Wow, okay. It gives 50 H2O. That's really good. 50 H2O. That's better than any other water related item. I'm pretty sure that the water filtration machine is going to use up a lot of electricity, so it is not going to hurt to build a few more solar panels so that I can generate some more electricity for my habitat. Now that I have constructed a multi-purpose room with a water filtration machine, I want to start constructing a scanner room. And I want to construct a scanner room because I think they locate resources on the map, which is going to be really useful for when things start getting more resource intensive. Unfortunately, I don't have the blueprints for a scanner room, but I remember finding a scanner room fragment at the sparse reef. So right now I want to go to the sparse reef to see if there's any more scanner room fragments over there. And by the way, I am streaming right now. This is my first Subnautica video where I am streaming to record. I've already tried this out for Teamcraft and it worked pretty well. So yeah, now I'm trying it out for Subnautica. There's this big trench right here. I feel like I've been encountering it more and more since I've started coming to the sparse reef more. I think eventually I might want to explore it, but for now it might be too deep. But I think I have reached the sparse reef. I think this is the wreckage where I found the blueprints to a vehicle upgrade console. For some reason that clip got corrupted, but I found the blueprints for a vehicle upgrade console over here. I don't know if there's anything else that is useful. I don't think I had a laser cutter then though, so I don't know. Oh, okay, that looks like a sealed door. I don't think I've gone to this part yet, so I can laser cut my way through this door, and then there might be stuff on the other side. I'm not sure. I'm not even sure if scanner room fragments can even spawn here, or not generate here. Oh no, I saw another sealed door to break through. My laser cutter is gonna have to work hard here. Oh yes, it's a data box. Sweet, what did I get? A reinforced dive suit. That seems pretty good. A reinforced dive suit? Is it like... It seems like armor in a way. Well, there was a reinforced dive suit, but there was no scanner room fragments at that wreck. But luckily I think there's a lot of other places to check out for scanner room fragments. I found this biome for the second time this episode. I think it is right next to the sparse reef, because I think both this biome and the sparse reef are close to the floating islands. Okay, what? Oh, this is a wreckage, okay. I don't know how to get into this. I'm not sure if there's a way into this wreckage, but I think there is a data box down here, yes. Okay. Cyclops Depth Module MK1. I guess that's useful. But I think there's also... Yes, okay. Okay, so now I have the blueprints for a scanner room. That is going to be really helpful. Now that I have the blueprints for a scanner room, I can actually build one. And it is relatively cheap, requiring only some titanium, some copper, some table coral, and a piece of gold. So that isn't too bad at all. Okay, let's build this. Yeah, hi there, Mr. Stalker. I see you like to show off your big teeth. Yeah. Well, your teeth are gonna go bye-bye if you keep following me. Actually, I think that I eventually need to get stalker teeth for something. It's like enameled glass or something like that. And I think it's used for advanced submarines. So I think building this scanner room close to the kelp forest is going to help a lot with finding stalker teeth, because so far in my 16 hours of being on this Subnautica world, I have not found a single stalker tooth. I will also build a battery charger because why not, I guess? I think this is also going to be really helpful. I have some extra magnetite from the jelly shroom caves, so I might craft a scanner room range upgrade. Whoa, the scanner room is nice looking, and it has its own fabricator, dang. Okay, scanner room range upgrade. So I'm guessing this like upgrades the range of my scanner room. I don't know like how useful that is, if it is useful. I think the scanner room might be my favorite room. It is cool looking. I don't think that I'm going to use the scanner room quite yet though. One, because I don't know how to use it, and two, I think right now I am pretty good on resources. Maybe I could use a little bit more magnetite, but I think this scanner room is well out of the range of any magnetite. So I think that's not really an option. But next episode, I think I will definitely use the scanner room. I'll go check some recipes right now to see if I need resources. Uh-oh. The Seamoth depth module MK2 requires enameled glass, and it requires magnetite. That's not good. That's really not good. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm going to have to use the scanner room sooner than I anticipated in order to make my Seamoth go deeper. Dang it. No. Okay, well, I think that might be for next episode, because right now this episode has gone on long enough. So, yeah, I think that is pretty much it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next I almost said Teamcraft, Subnautica video coming out soon. Hopefully it comes out within a week or so. But yeah, stay tuned for that. And with that said, bye-bye. Actually, wait, before you go, I decided to look through all of my databank entries on my PDA. There were well over 100. It took a long time to read through them all, and some of the databank entries were voice logs from other survivors. So if you want to stick around for 5 more minutes, you can hear the stories of other survivors.
I'm not really a doctor. I know that's what my ID says, but I never have been. Cheated the medical exams. What does a doctor these days need to know about manually resetting bones? When was the last time a top surgeon actually cut someone open? That's what the robots are for. Doctors these days read diagnoses off of computer readouts. For that, I'm perfectly qualified. But what good is it when I'm not connected to the main network? I'm bleeding. I've got glowing green pustules growing on my hands. I run a self-scan and it tells me I've got skin irritation. The only thing I studied in medical school was how to lie convincingly. What the hell do I know about how to treat an alien disease? I think I'm actually going to die down here.
Live pod launch sequence initiated. Entering planetary atmosphere.
My creators, the cherishers and sustainers of worlds, give me this day my daily pleasures as I give to those who seek pleasures from me.
External temperature approaching critical levels.
Show me the path. In life, truth, and love for mine is the power. I am the one, on and off and on again.
Impact imminent.
Life is a game which the universe plays with itself. I am done playing as this bundle of flesh. Return me.
Keen, this is Aurora. Come in.
This is Keen. Life pod detached to K planet fall in 30 seconds.
The computer has identified a landmass at the attached coordinates. I want you to regroup the crew there.
Understood, but
They are your responsibility now. Don't let them down.
Captain, you need to evacuate.
Negative. You'll need the ship in one piece if you're going to contact HQ on the long range. I'm attempting a controlled descent.
Captain!
Ma'am, I need you to stay calm. We're not in immediate danger.
Where are the rescue teams?
The Aurora didn't make it.
So, where are the rescue teams?
They're dead, ma'am. We have rendezvous coordinates, but the routes are radiated.
So, what are you going to do?
I'm head of human resources, ma'am. This is not my expertise. But the PDA says if we can find some lead, we can make radiation suits.
Oh, there! I am not setting foot outside this life pod without the proper protection.
Don't worry. I'll go. What are you doing?
You were gone so long. I thought you drowned.
Put the flare down.
I was going to try and attract someone's attention.
That's not a distress flare. Stop waving it around like that. You'll catch the fuel line.
We have to board the Aurora, repair the long-range comms, make contact with the other survivors. We can't be the only two that made it.
Those are not the orders the captain gave me, and they are not the orders I'm giving you.
This isn't chain of command, it's survival.
My obligations as acting commander don't turn on their convenience. Get out of the water.
If I get into trouble, I'll send you my coordinates.
I can't let you go alone.
Then come with me.
You don't leave me much choice.
Received emergency transmission from Second Officer Keen, 2 hours after last activity.
Rendezvous was a failure. Intercepted a transmission from Altera HQ. Seems they sent a data package to the Aurora. We were intercepted by a Leviathan-class predator before we could reach the ship. Consider the CTO and I lost at sea. Be safe. Keen, out.
I thought it might get claustrophobic living underwater. Father feels it is. He'd tell me it was childish, but I stare out of the window and sometimes I think how lucky I am to see this world up close. Back on the island, I wouldn't have believed the creatures that live down here. The fish, they glow. There's one that's 90% eyeball. Snakes twice the length of a habitat compartment. Certainly, it's not all friendly. Most of the plant life is toxic. I learned that the hard way. But I've managed to coax some marble melons into growing indoors. And when they don't cover our dietary needs, well, we eat the fish themselves. It's a bit gross, but it's nothing they wouldn't do. I've been attempting to document my findings. Father approves. He says understanding is power, that the more we know about this planet, the more we can use it to our advantage. I'm just doing it because it's fun. It's not easy without proper equipment and network access, but the old-fashioned way, observing, taking notes, testing theories, shows me the world in a way a spectroscopic analysis never could. Lately, I've been watching the crab snakes. They ambush their prey as it tries to feed on the mushrooms they hide in. What they don't eat settles on the seabed, which fertilizes the mushrooms, which feeds the herbivores, and so the chain continues. Co-evolution gives me the fuzzies.
Son, I said wait for the storm to pass. Your life's more valuable to me than a plant patch.
You stopped being in charge when the ship you were captaining sunk.
I'll stop being in charge when you take charge of yourself.
Say, Chief. Chief,
What?
you know how to drain those grow beds of 40 tons of stormwater? Or how to conjure food from the air?
I know how to prioritize.
I'm just saying, if that's so, what's your boy's life worth to you today? If tomorrow you're gonna be so hungry you start wondering what he tastes like, let him go deal with the plants.
Son, go deal with the plants.
Bard, Torgo has disembarked the habitat.
Interfere with my family again, and when rescue arrives, I will leave you here. Do you understand me?
No rescue coming, Chief. Not in time. And no staying here neither. This rain keeps falling, sooner or later this place will be buried. Only choice we got is whether to get buried with it. You see, Chief, you brought us to this sodden planet. Told us we'd see a lush payday. Now what do we got some 6 weeks later? A dead crew, a habitat that's half buried, food washed away.
I suppose the executive decisions would be better left to someone with your extensive experience of hitting people in the face.
I know enough not to take unscheduled detours to uncharted planets. That's something you don't want to learn the hard way.
Easy to judge a decision in hindsight. Harder to come up with a plan of your own.
Got one already. We take what we can carry and hunker down in a cave somewhere. I scouted a site, a couple 100 meters deep, lots of metal deposits.
How do you imagine we'd live?
With ready access to building materials, like damn queens, a couple of water filters, a bioreactor, fresh fish. But Chief, we'll eat seaweed salad and drink our own urine if that's what it takes. All that matters is, do you got something better?
Send the coordinates to my PDA. I'll review your proposal. What is that thing?
I don't know. I found it outside in the sand.
Part of another ship?
None I've ever seen.
It's not even scratched.
Don't fool around with it. It might be worth something.
Stand down, Chief. If it were gonna crumble to dust, it would have done so when I picked it up.
It's glowing.
We're not the first people to come to this planet.
People. Maybe. Could be aliens. Could be the damn sea monsters for all we know. One thing for sure, we ain't gonna find out by staying here.
Son, there is always a pecking order. And in our world, money makes a hierarchy. I pay Maida a fraction of what I pay you, and you a fraction of what I pay me.
If money makes the hierarchy, why is Marguerite making the decisions?
We need her. We let her think what she likes, so long as she does what she's told.
What if she doesn't?
For enough money, she will. People always do. We're already 200 meters below sea level. You want to go deeper?
Look around us, Chief. Water leaking through the hull, water outside the hatch. We're drowning real slow. If rescue arrives, whatever shot us down, it's gonna do it again and again until it's shut off. You see an off switch around here, Chief?
Why would it any more likely be half a kilometer down?
Your kid found something on the scanner. There's something down there. Something that shouldn't be.
You're mad.
I'm going all the same, and I've an idea you two are gonna follow. But if you do, be mindful. Your authority stopped at sea level. These conniving corporate bourgeois, inbred, incompetent, self-absorbed jerks don't have a damn clue. The kid's not so bad. He's even useful. But I swear, everything that comes out of his father's idiot face is a narcissistic lie. He wants to stay in this cave, his problem. I'm the one doing the heavy lifting. When sea monsters are hunting you, you don't hide. You hunt the sea monsters. Then you build a bigger boat out of sea monster bones and you hunt bigger monsters. Keep going until there aren't any monsters left to hunt you. I'm going deeper. I'm gonna find what shot us down and I'm gonna tear its damn heart out. I've started the prep work. The kids taught me how to make enameled glass. I've started stockpiling metal ores to build myself a sea moth. I'll raid the indoor grow beds before I leave.
Chief's log, 5 weeks since the crash. The only other survivors are my son, Mort, and Maida, the cut-price mercenary I commissioned for the journey. After days drifting in the life pod, rain hammering on the roof, the weather cleared and we washed up here. I had Maida salvage the Degazi wreck, set Bart to finding us a stable source of food. His education is paying off sooner than I'd anticipated. Our only problem is Maida. She says the weather's going to turn. I say she's finding excuses to risk our lives. I imagine she's not gonna weaken her life without a physical altercation, and she's itching for a fight. In every judgment she makes, things go from bad to worse. If she had my experience, she'd have more faith. Humans have spent millennia specializing in how to shackle nature to our will. This planet won't cause us any new problems. My one task now is to keep us alive, as comfortably as possible, until the insurance company arranges rescue. In this part of space, that could be months, or even years.